All right, chat. You maybe can hear me now. We'll see. Did we do it? We can hear me? Fantastic. We're back. All right, so we fired this up. We're going to play Jeskai Dragons first because it's my favorite deck in Standard right now. I'm really enjoying playing it a lot. Looks like we're paired up against Blue-Red Prowess, which can be a tough matchup, but is certainly not impossible. Go from there. I did bin a dragon when I probably shouldn't have, given that I had Dispelling Exile. So we're going to stock up this turn, because next turn we can Get Lost and Exile. We'll take those. We'll go from there. We may take a bit of damage here. Okay. Now I can hear you all. Fantastic. Alright, that could definitely have been worse. So we'll take the 3. We'll get it lost while they're tapped out, and we'll go from there. We are doing okay. And now we've got the Regent for the Exhale as well. And just keep going. Storm Chaser's Talent. Do I care about? I don't really care about that right now. We have a 1/1 with Prowess. I care about. Show the Regent. That's pretty good. But I want to go, let's see. Rediscover the Way. So the options are Helix, this, but we know we have that, so we want to keep up, I think, red, blue. So let's rediscover the way. How am I doing today? Doing pretty well. Can't complain. Oh, that is a temporary lockdown. That is a very good card here. I should say it's a pretty good card here. Depends on what they do. Depends on... because, like, resetting these Storm Chasers' talents is not ideal. But... yeah, this town is part of the problem. Resetting with lockdown is not great. So probably what we'll do here. I probably should have done this before, but we're gonna do this now. So this does have monsters. Yep. Just saying, this does have the drawback of getting beat by Monsters Rage. Our life total is high enough that it's fine. Greycatcher, that's a different one. But it's a lot of damage I would have liked to have not taken. Now, the good thing is, we're going to take that because we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and then we get to just get rid of those 2 little otters. Aren't they adorable? Yeah, Lockdown could have been the play there, but Regent gets me a creature in play to give double strike with Rediscover the Way. This is a really hard card for them to deal with. Like, okay, yeah, they're doing this. So what are they getting back? Yep. So, oh yeah, see, they're just dead. Yep. Double strike. Yeah. That's one. I play 4 stock up instead of Rediscover the Way. Generally speaking, stock up is better, but man, when Rediscover the Way gets to do that, it's real good. All right, so I prefer change the equation in this to Dispelling Exhale. Change the equation counters pretty much everything in their deck. Beza's good. Bring in the extra lockdown. Devout Decree is always an interesting in this one. I don't think I want it. I will maybe grab some flankers. Day of Judgment costs a bit too much. Chandra's usually there for the Wombo combo with Jeskai Revelation. And then... guess the 3 steps ahead. Any spicy cards in Final Fantasy you can tell us about? I can't. I cannot do that. I don't love not having white mana, but this should at least keep me from dying. There's a Verge. I have white mana, so we're gonna go that Verge first. Spear. Yep. Not ideal, but okay. So then, since we drew Lockdown, I'm gonna play Verge. You're still going to abrade that right now. What's the best deck in Standard in your moment? So, I mean, I like Jeskai Dragons a lot. I think it can deal with most any other matchup. But I think Blue-Red Prowess is probably the best. Alright, let's see. Passive damage. So let's see if they counter this. It's not great. I'm gonna lose that 3. But I think the nice thing, yeah, see, I would have taken a lot more damage had I done that during combat. I think the nice thing about Standard right now is that you can play a lot of different things. I don't know that there is any one best deck. I do think, you know, you're doing pretty well if you're playing Stormchaser's Talent or Monastery Swift Spear in some form or fashion. Okay. So, assuming they have something like Spell Pierce here, could play Regent. Damage is not the worst. Okay, they're gonna do something, which should let me. Yeah, okay. That I cannot change. So let's see. I could take 6 damage. They're gonna have that. I think I want to Regent though and get a little further because this doesn't. It doesn't get me anywhere. If I can play Lockdown. I don't need that. So I can play Lockdown here, which I can. And I can keep up, change the equation. Be in pretty good shape. Since they're pretty stuck on mana. So now I can change the equation here. And I think do I want to leave up Blue or Helix? I think as much as I don't want to take damage, I want to leave up the option to have Counterspell. didn't hit. That's okay. Alright, I'm gonna do that. I've got Get Lost, and that's nice. Okay. So even like a Screaming Nemesis shouldn't do it here. And we should be in good shape. So if they don't draw land and they just play Talent, I'll Get Lost the token. Do I care about that at this point? It's the Steel Cutter, yeah. I don't care about that right now. Ha! So, let's see. I think what I'm going to do is Get Lost the token. I don't want to do damage. I was curious how the meta was going in Standard. I mostly play Limited. The meta has definitely shifted a bit. It is... There's still a lot of red decks and that sort of deal. Let's see. Beza doesn't get me any extra things. I think we play Sheep. Yeah, we're gonna do this. This is just better. The only way this fails me is if their next play is Screaming Nemesis, then I won't be able to block it. I'll be in a little bit of a pickle. Golgari mid-range. So I saw an interesting post. I don't think it's kicked out of the meta, but I saw an interesting post from a player who had done really well with Black-Green in the regional championships just this past weekend, and had come to the conclusion that basically people were misbuilding it, that there are a lot of things that you can still do. Am I going to get the card? You just have to rethink Golgari mid-range. I've got the card even. Now I'm feeling pretty good about this. I mean, they've been stuck on mana, so. So it's not kicked out of the meta. I think people have been building it the same way for so long. The post I saw talked about, cutting some pretty, some cards that have become staples of the archetype, like Mosswood Dread Knight, and the Unholy Annex package. They did really well with the deck, and like, get rid of those. You've got to basically pre-board against these aggressive decks, and if you do that, you're in much better shape. Yeah, we can go play Sultai Control after this. Let's do this. Try it again. It's just time to kill them. I just don't need those. Those don't matter at all, but turning Steel Cutter doesn't do anything good. Alright, so that's the Dragon control list. I really like this one. Like I said, it's got the tools to beat a lot of things. I mean, basically it has game against anything and everything. I didn't get to play one there. I'll just pull up the deck list real quick. But I really like Revelation. It looked like a really bad Cruel Ultimatum when I first saw it, but because it's an instant, because it can return spells or permanents. The monks are super relevant. I've really liked lists that have Jeskai Revelation in them. This has a ton of cheap interaction, lots of ways to draw cards. So I think this deck is the real deal. Change the Equation, I think, is probably underplayed. There's a lot of spells being cast at 2 or less right now. And a lot of the stuff that is high mana value, costs 6 or more, like Change the Equation counters so many cards in this deck, which is not the kind of deck you would like. It counters these down here. It counters, actually I think it even counters 3 steps ahead, maybe, I think. It counters Rediscover the Way. It counters Shiko. It counters Chandra. It doesn't counter Jeskai Revelation, but it can't have everything. So I think Change the Equation is probably a little underplayed right now. But let's play the Sultai Control deck. I have not actually played this one yet. Let's see. Thoughts on the new Alchemy cards? Disappointed with the last minute changes from the previews, but there's still a bunch of cool new cards. Yeah, I think there's some pretty cool cards in this Alchemy bunch. I will be trying them out. I haven't had much time to do that yet. Oh, opponent goes for I would just die to so many decks. I'm going to keep this, but I feel bad about it. Just because I hate going to 5. I think the one that turns your next spell into a Monastery Swift Spear is pretty sweet. So yeah, there'll be some good ones. What do I think about flankers in the main against Omni? Well, I wouldn't run them in the main deck. Probably. I mean, the thing is, the gain 2 life. Oh boy, that bodes terribly for me. Am I just gonna die? Maybe. We're gonna do this that way. Flankers do take Omni by surprise. Now, if you're like a blue-white X control style deck, then you're not, they're going to play around a lot of things anyway. Oh God, how dead are we? Are we actual dead? We're actual dead. Oh my gosh. Okay. So flankers could possibly be a main deck card if you're worried about a bunch of graveyard stuff. Okay. That wasn't ideal. So, 3 steps ahead. It's going to be too slow. I don't think we care about that. We need way more early removal. Duress probably is good. Is that card good? As cool as Rasmussen is, I think it's bad here. Right. So flankers, flankers can maybe catch Omni off guard, but they're going to be playing around a lot of your stuff anyway. So what you're probably going to do with flankers is try to catch an Omniscience at a random time rather than when they go for the combo, which lets them reset. So maybe. Alright. We'll do this. We'll get to destroy a Heartfire hero. It's a lot of damage, this. We're not in good shape. This seems like a terrible matchup. We will try this deck one more time. But I have a hard time imagining us winning this. Alright. That is no, we're just dead, aren't we? We're not literally dead, but help us. I don't think this deck has exile effects. Without exile effects, yeah, we're just dead. Okay. Cool. Not a great showing. When will we be getting news about MagicCon? I guess it depends on what kind of news you're looking for. When do I have MagicCon stuff on my schedule? I have that information. Pulling it up. All right, we're going to try one more with the Sultai control and see if we can put in a slightly better showing. Final Fantasy previews start officially at PAX East. Let's see. Arena volume covered. I have Arena. Yeah, we don't need that. Get out of there. Don't need anything. You came to hear me talk. Let's be honest. That's a joke. Opponent goes first. These seem weird in the main deck. I don't know that I would. I pulled this list from Magic.gg. I don't know that I would play Heritage Reclamation. Alright, so we got a Restless Anchorage. If I play up the Beanstalk, it's 100% getting countered there. It's either getting countered or exiled or something. So we're not in a rush. We're okay. Seems like we're playing against some sort of blue-white control. Blue-white dragons at least. Okay. Cool. So I'm casting this Fangkeeper one way or another. Yeah, okay. So it's Jeskai dragons. Yeah. We're going to cast this now. Great. I don't want... I wanted lands. I don't want any of those. Get out of here. Fair to assume we'll get 2026 PT locations at or just around. Yep. If you're interested in 2026, MagicCon Atlanta is a good event to pay attention to. I'll say it that way. Brotherhood's End, yeah, destroy evil. These are interesting choices. I'm going to do this. Why not? I mean, there's lots of reasons why not. But if they just... So let's say they slam Shuko. Not that I would suggest they do that. They don't have anything in their graveyard to hit. I would get to just Deadly Cover-Up, which would be great. So let's... Yeah, that's beans. Cool. And Undercity Sewers. I don't need more of those. So my guess would be they're sitting on a... Well, if they were sitting on a bunch of removal, I feel like they would have reacted to the familiar in some way. Nothing for Final Fantasy until we get to the event at PAX East. Then, so much Final Fantasy. All the Final Fantasy. Sure or not. I'm definitely not going to destroy one of my own enchantments. I should have played around that. Don't need that, don't need that. So what I can do though, and will be doing, is deadly cover up. 6. Hey, look at that. Convenient. So what this lets me do is get rid of just Revelation. There's a Shiko Sunfall Exercise. Untimely Malfunction. Interesting. This is a group of cards. Okay. We've got a good number of fun-ofs in the deck. So they can actually destroy both my Up the Beanstalks, which is unfortunate. Is that going to do anything? They will probably be playing Shiko. I'll keep it. What I'm probably actually going to do is deadly cover up and get rid of their Shiko. They're going to destroy these. Let's see. What happened to the Alchemy ban list? Why was it omitted when we were told to expect it in the all-format ban list announcement? We didn't have any bans in Alchemy. So I'm not 100% sure what that's referring. Okay, so they just didn't do that. Interesting. I'd have to go back and look at the announcement, but we didn't have anything. Probably it should have been included if it wasn't. All right, not a question, but kudos to you, Blake, for showing up every week. It's got to be tough to be the face for an hour and deal with the internet. I mean, yes, but I mean, I'll also say it's kind of my favorite part of my job. I get to do this every week where I come and hang out and talk to you all about Magic. It's great. All right. So some weeks are rough. Some weeks are just the best thing I get to do. Like, I get to talk about Magic all day. That's what they care about. Sure. I do at some point have to win the game. So we're gonna Glorb, another bargain. Sure, I'm gonna deck myself. So that's what I'm now realizing is the issue here. This is just gonna, I'm just gonna deck myself. I need probably a more efficient way to win. Let's see. Let's do this. Don't. Oh, you can change the target with a single target. They can change the target on that. Untimely malfunction. That's funny. I mean, they have to give me something back, so it's not the end of the world. Then we're gonna do another one of these. Untimely malfunction. That's amazing. All right, we're gonna end. You see a lot going on, but nothing happening. You're not wrong. You're really, actually not wrong. One, two. I just don't see myself needing those. Any chance we can see the Brawl decks start to get sorted by their closest commander bracket? I'm not aware of anything like that in the works. That doesn't mean it's not, but it's not something I'm aware of. Change the target with a single target. So they could cast something, change the target to the other thing. Whatever. If they want to go through all of that, so be it. But they can also just, Shiko it. Will Wizards bring back the paintings as prizes for Eternal Weekend main events? I think we answered something about that not being the case now. Alright, so step 1. Deadly Cover-Up. Alright, let's get rid of... Sure. Counterspell names are always so cocky. True story. 21 cards left. Alright, taking Chico. Library, Chico. Make sure I got one there. Alright. Okay. Now. If I play Rasmussen, they can Sunfall it. I think that's just the way it is. These Up the Beanstalks are going to deck me. I'm so going to run out of cards. So I think what I need to do is get this Storm Chaser's talent up and just start. I'm so gonna get decked. Okay. I mean, maybe I can just kill him with Rasmussen? Probably not, but I don't want these cards that are gonna mill me. Can Up the Beanstalk let us draw off the Omen side of the Dragon spells? So if the Dragon side costs 5, but you cost the Omen side, it'll care about the Omen side. When it's being cast and on the stack, it will not care about that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna it doesn't only have a single target. I'm doing this so I don't draw all the cards. And now, let's see. This is indestructible, and this is going to be useless. Yes, I would. So Rasmussen's going to get to attack for a bunch, so I might as well just, yeah, is what it is. I will exile a card from a graveyard. It's going to be, sure. Expect to continue to leverage rebalances to keep the metagame fresh and balanced. Expect another update during Alchemy Tarkir's release. We're excited about the variety and competitiveness. Where's the rebalance list? Great question. I'm not sure the answer to that, but I can look into it. All right, so 24, 8, 10. Question is, I think we just attack. It's Sunfall. So I think rather than playing Tevel, do this. Okay, great. I will take that. Yeah, I'll play Tevel. I'll play Tevel. Discard these beanstalks. I know, everything draws me cards. That's part of the problem. Okay, I'm just going to counter. I'm not even going to try to draw other cards. And then they need to not have a counter spell. accept. I don't... Oh, they can change it to the untimely malfunction. Unfortunate. Yep, nothing to do about that. Alright, we'll let that happen. And then we bargain. Talent. So many ways. I only have 8 cards left in my library. Need that dead. Scramble this town. Let's upgrade this. And what's this town? That and that. And we'll attack. They'll trade. I have not answered the question about the Arena Open. They are coming back. I don't... I think there's one in May. But I could be wrong about that. But Arena Opens are coming back. There's no... Oh. How close am I to decking? 7. All right. Yeah, they're not going to kill me. That's not going to be how this goes. So, we're going to do this. This problem is I can't cast, like, most anything in my hand. Grab this town. 2, 3, 4. Blooming Marsh. Just gonna play this as an attacker. Could it come back to bite me? Maybe. We'll find out, but I've only got 6 cards left in my library. Is it 1042? Could we ever get credits for the voice actors for Planeswalkers on Arena? Possibly. Are they trying to race me? I mean, I guess if they don't have anything else, it's a thing to do. Stock up. Yep. 5 cards left. Kind of want to counter that stock up. If I wanted to counter the stock up with this town, both of these, I mean, getting a counter spell back should just win the game for me. Should. Steps ahead. Grab another one. 1, 2, 4. Yep. And then grab this town. Yeah, 4 mana. Mortuary. Keep that on top. Done. And the turn. Okay. Should win here. There you go. Thanks, Nate Dogg. There's an Arena Open May 17th to 18th. Cool. Oh my gosh, we still got to keep playing. 10:43. Fine. Oh, or not. Okay. Maybe they also didn't want to play long. Alright, so let's, there's one other deck I wanted to do. So this one seemed a little bit unrefined, particularly with the mana base, but it is kind of a fun deck that just tries to Venerated Rotpriest as much as possible. There's some things I'm not wild about in the deck. All I've done is futz with the mana base a little bit, but I pulled it off a winning deck list thing, and I tried once, and it did a cool thing, so we'll give it a try. Okay, there you go. That's the confusion. I thought there was one in May, but I was confused by the confusion. All right, so this is where this deck is like, okay, well, I have nothing. All right, I have no. We're keeping it. Not thrilled. We need a green source. And it's not a green source. We'll do that. Sure. Still need to draw a green source. Delaney's cute. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Not gonna do anything. All right. Need green mana. Sure. Land. Mirix will do it for this turn. I accept. No attacks. I could have attacked because I could have done escape. It's fine. It's fine. More blue mana. Let's see, they just played an Overlord. Let's see. I'd like to get Ivy down, but a little stuck on green. We'll probably. What am I going to do? Make a Mirix token? Yes. So Delaney makes it trigger twice. So even if they have another spell here, I'm going to get another... Oh. Well, or not. Second Delaney doesn't do anything. Let's do... this. How are you, Blake? Do I have a favorite movie snack? My go-to for movie snacks is popcorn and like the chocolate caramel ball things. I have no way. I do have a way to cast that. Is that worth it? I feel like that's not worth it. I think we just take that and go from there. So Fountainport can make a treasure token. This doesn't do anything. I think they thought that would get Delaney. They were not correct. Need to stop on the opponent's end step. Because I'm going to glamour that. Might get countered, so be it. Didn't get countered. Great. They wasted that, and I got to do that. What a day. Oh no, what's happening? I don't care. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna make the treasure token. Go from there. Yeah, this mana base is not right. There's not enough green. Probably too many basics. So what are they trying to do? Like, Overlord and Ride's End makes me feel like they should have green mana. But, alright. Treasure token. The worst man. Oh, of course, here we go. So, Rotpriest. Delaney. Tap terribly. I should have been paying attention. Because if I had been able to play Ivy, I would have gotten 2 triggers there, 2 triggers on Ivy. Still wouldn't have been enough, but it doesn't matter. It still was a screw up. Now I might get Wrath anyway, but yeah, Day of Judgment. Yeah, okay. I should have been paying attention to the auto tapper. I know it does that. This Fountain Port was still technically able to be active. Oh, Divine Resilience, come on. Alright, what we'll do, we'll start making some Mirrex tokens. Ooh, that's not going to go well for me. Final Fantasy pre-release is that first weekend in June. So I think we're just auto picking. I got nothing. I think we're dead. I mean, I do. We're not dead. Like, we can still draw Rotpriest, but we're gonna. Yeah, I'm not. I also really don't like the sideboard. Like, I don't even know what am I supposed to do with any of this. Sorry, random person whose deck list I'm dunking on. The concept is really cool. I think it just needs some tweaking. So it doesn't actually have a bunch of colorless lands. You might have seen in the last one it has 3 total colorless lands. And 2 of them are Mirrex, which make colored mana the turn they come into play. So it's not as greedy as it looks. Alright, we'll finish this up. I mean, like standard, like I said, the Jeskai Dragons deck is my favorite thing. There's still a lot of room to explore in that. I was playing Zergo and Ojutai in it until literally this morning. Mostly that card has been fine. But I also haven't played against a bunch of control decks. Like, against control decks with a bunch of removal, I would put in Zergo and Ojutai. Otherwise, I do think Chandra is better. But yeah, I love that Jeskai list. Is it still kind of greedy? The mana's definitely greedier than it should be. And I started futzing with it, but I did not end up having enough time to totally redo it. See, like here's why the mana base being not quite there is the problem. So, like, I would like to mulligan this and look for a Rotpriest in some way, but my mana's good, so I'm going to keep it. It's just that you really need to find a Rotpriest. So probably should even play more Gear Hulks, but the mana can't support Gear Hulks. I wonder if it shouldn't, like, blue should be even more of a splash. I don't feel like they're going to play any 2-drops. There we go. There we go. So now I'll have Rotpriest with bring back up. Yeah, let me play it. We'll see. Okay, not playing anything there was great. That means we have a shot at playing a Mockingbird. I'm going to let that happen. The temples, I hear you, but actually it doesn't matter the way the deck is set up now. It doesn't have any of the check lands and the so the thing I'm worried about is a Wrath effect. I do get to Glamour. All right. Okay. So the plan, if they play some kind of Wrath... Oh, jeez. That was not what I expected. It's still fine. Yep. Gotta get the OG out of there. I'll kill that. That was kind of funny. Funny and unexpected. Alright. I want to play Mockingbird, but I don't think we can, because again, not enough blue mana. Anyway, what I was saying about the temples. The temples, as the mana base is set up right now, don't matter a ton. Because decisions. They don't matter a ton because they are there are no check lands in the deck. No, wrong. And so the land type doesn't matter, and the deck also doesn't use the graveyard. So Scry versus Surveil doesn't actually matter. What is mattering is the fact that I have this. So now all I'm hoping is they don't have a Wrath effect. If they have a Wrath effect, I'm in trouble. Or Blast Zone. Oh man. Did I play Explorer last? Oh, Lorien's Escape. I might have played Explorer last night. I don't remember. Alright, so now we're in trouble. Anyway, so temples aren't actually that bad in this deck. But it probably should be the Scry lands and some check lands instead. Alright, Rotpriest. I'll even accept... No. Okay. That was maybe greedy, but... Are there any thoughts or talks about adding Modern to Arena? So that was discussed. We had an Arena stream a couple weeks ago. It was discussed there, and it's not currently on the roadmap for Arena, for Modern. Yeah, it's not great, but it's fine. Mirix. It's not gonna do a ton. Alright, we are just about out of time. So, reminder, next week, no show. The week after that, however, or not the week after that, the weekend after that, boo, is PAX East, and that is where Final Fantasy and Magic will kick off. It's going to be great. Is this even a shot? No. Definitely tune in to PAX East to see the Magic panel to learn all about Final Fantasy and Magic the Gathering. And then here on Weekly MTG, the weeks after that, we will, of course, be talking Final Fantasy. We'll go through previews for the next couple weeks, followed by product opening and going from there. So appreciate you tuning in today for a fun, casual stream. Play Jeskai Dragons. It's great. Otherwise, we will not see you next week, but we will see you at PAX East. Thanks for tuning in.